And then Dallas was next to me. And I remember thinking, man, this kid looks huge. And I'd never seen him before. I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
And he was only 21. And I remember he just looked huge, but he didn't look like he was that hot. Like, he didn't really look to be in shape. And then the next day, we were pumping up backstage, and I was like, oh my God, what did he do?
Yeah, I just want to, we'll just pick Nasser up, time hop him into, you know, one of the current shows and just see what happens at his best, you know, like all peaked out and peeled and LASIK'd up.
98, 99, 97, 98, 99. You know, in 97, he had that second to Dorian, and then like 98.
There you go. Favorite classic pose. Sorry.
Yeah. Favorite classic pose. Dave is humongous there.
He really is.
Help him want to be bigger than big.
Not necessarily. I mean, I was always athletic. I mean, he knows. We all played all the sports in high school. You know, bodybuilding's like any other sport, except to get better in bodybuilding, you got to get bigger. So, I mean, it's not like a size complex I have. I mean, I just want to succeed, and I'm training for the USA Championships this year. You know, I'm trying to make a career out of it, and that's, to be a bodybuilder, you have to be big.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to It's Just Bodybuilding Reacts. I'm Big Ron Partlow, and of course, we got Dusty Hanshaw and the producer, Scott McNally. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and
ring the bell.
IamMutant.com. Go to IamMutant.com. Get your IsoSurge, get your all in, get your mind fuck. And everyone should get on the gear. Remember, weak minds die. You got to try the new product. Okay, 20% off Dusty 20, Big Ron 20. Use the code. What's up on reaction, Scott? We got a good one today. We're going to do a few things, right?
Yeah,
we've switched it up a bit.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff. I figured this would be a good one to start with. We had people asking us to do something with Dallas McCarver. So we had a back workout here. I don't know much about it, but I figured we could just check it out because we haven't talked about him at all, you know.
No, I know. Dallas was something else.
Well, he is moving that 4 plates with really good technique, and it looks like the bar is not even loaded right now. You know what I mean?
I know.
He was absurdly strong.
Yeah. Yeah, he was so freaking popular, you know, at a time. Like, you know, he really was like the up and coming guy, you know. Everybody, the new Jay Cutler almost, you know what I mean? This like big guy, cool dude.
Yeah, impossible not to love Dallas. He was just a great guy to everybody when they'd meet him out the gate. And I always thought it was just I personally, I think because I came up in the same era as Ron, like I loved watching guys that trained nasty, heavy, and hard because that's what we used to watch. Yeah, you know.
So my best placing ever at North Americans was 4th.
Okay,
and that was the year Dallas got his pro card.
Oh, no kidding.
So I remember going for my tan. And I was in the tanning booth, you know, the little tent.
Yeah.
And then Dallas was next to me. And I remember thinking, man, this kid looks huge. And I'd never seen him before. I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
And he was only 21. And I remember he just looked huge, but he didn't look like he was that hot. Like, he didn't really look to be in shape. And I remember thinking, oh, this kid's really huge, but he's not dialed in. And I remember how big his calves were. I was just like mind boggled.
Yeah.
And he was super nice.
Yeah.
And then the next day, we were pumping up backstage, and I was like, oh my God, what did he do? Like, I don't know what he did, but he obviously carved up till he was like spilled over. And then that's when I saw him, was he was kind of spilled over and didn't look hard. And then the next day he was just like peeled and dry and won pretty, you know. So yeah, that was something else.
Huh.
Okay.
It sounds like the Nasser technique. You said, yeah, just eat until I spill. And then
you just eat till they spill. Yeah.
Yeah, and then take a diuretic, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's that easy.
Yeah, it's all it takes.
Yeah, he was awesome bodybuilder, man. So this looks like maybe this would be the Dragon's Lair in Florida then.
Yep. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because they saw the old equipment. Flex hadn't moved yet.
I love this gym was basically for them.
Yeah.
Just their private gym.
Yeah, crazy.
You don't see anybody else in there either.
No.
So he's only like 24 here or something, isn't he?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
25?
Yeah, he's super young.
Do you guys think he could have been Mr. Olympia?
I remember thinking that after he started, like, I remember those videos where he's deadlifting 8 plates.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I remember I was just like, oh, this is okay. It's going in that direction. He had a great physique. He had the shape and structure for it.
Yeah.
I think it's I mean, it's hard to say anyone will be Mr. Olympia because there's so many guys who you think could have been.
Right.
Yeah.
But that said, if anyone could do it, definitely would have been him. It all comes down to lineup and timing and everything else. But it'd be hard to say that he couldn't have won an Olympia. And if he did, then it would be easy to say he could win a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cool one.
Yeah.
Short but sweet. Let me see what else we had here. We had a bunch of other stuff on here. I had a kind of a where was it? This is a really funny one. Let me just drop it in here. Boom. We're gonna need the sound for this one.
Nice.
It's real fuzzy.
Have we got a surprise for Todd? I want you to meet Todd. He has no idea which old classmate he's about to meet.
This is so 90s.
Or how much that classmate has changed. You have any idea who you're going to meet from an old school days?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Not a clue.
I'm going to tell you, the person has changed an awful lot.
I tried to weasel it out of your staff, but they're like,
Yeah, no, we're good at this. We're
not giving
good.
anything up.
I'm going to give you a hint.
I can't believe the show
It was
is
a
still
guy.
on.
Okay.
That's what I'm afraid of.
And no, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Different talk show.
You guys remember these old talk shows, like in the 90s?
yeah.
There was like 100 of them out.
But
Just
he
daytime
turned into a
trash.
bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I want you to try to figure out who this might be from your past. There's Bodybuilder A. Now take a look.
Oh, no.
Come on out here and pose a little bit.
Oh, no.
Somebody else might recognize you.
Come out and pose.
And that's Bodybuilder A. Doesn't look familiar? Look familiar? Okay, Bodybuilder B, come on out. Now take a good look.
I can't tell who that is if it's somebody I should know.
I know,
or
it's
something,
so
you know?
blurry.
Yeah.
Oh, where's this going?
Yeah.
But these
Oh,
girls
the
over here say, I
daytime.
wish she looked more familiar. Look at them going crazy over here. And then there's Bodybuilder C.
I'm waiting to see what this
Look
is.
familiar?
Oh, jeez.
We're back to Dave. We got Dave on again.
Back to Dave.
No one's drawing any.
Take a good look at each one of them now.
If anyone, I have to say A. I don't know why. But
A. And how do you know A?
I don't. I'm just taking a guess.
I guess. Well,
I'd throw darts, but you know.
yeah, I wouldn't throw darts at any of these guys, believe me.
We got their own
But
darts.
take a look at the guy right in front of you.
Yeah. Into their own.
Definitely right in front of me.
It's painfully awkward.
We're going to show you a picture.
Okay.
Or is there maybe a story you want to tell? You want to take a look? Take a look at this shot up here. Look in your monitor. Remember
Oh,
that
the long
one guy,
distance
140
running.
pounds?
Yeah, he was
That's
so
awesome.
skinny back then.
You know him?
You'd never guess.
Nah, I'm still drawing a blank. Yeah.
You're still drawing a blank. Well, why don't you introduce yourself, Bodybuilder C?
Dave Palumbo.
Oh my God.
Dave Palumbo of Species Nutrition.
Get your carbs.
Yeah.
Junior high school.
Oh my God. Playing on.
Tom, you look a bit surprised.
Well, it was. Well, stand up again. How tall are you now? Can I mind?
Yeah.
He grew in height. And width and depth.
I was going to say, that's the only way he grew from that picture.
In,
Yeah.
junior high school. And in high school. It wasn't really like, he didn't pick on me particularly, you know, but what it was more or less, I was always the youngest guy on the team in junior high school and high school, so it was kind of like, you know, the freshmen get riled type of thing.
Yeah.
So I was always intimidated by the older guys, and, but, you know, that's about it.
I love how he's like so out of breath. He had like 3
Yeah.
shots. He's dying.
Dave is humongous there.
He really is.
Help him want to be bigger than big.
Not necessarily.
Bigger than
I was always athletic. I mean, he knows. We all played all the sports in high school. You know, bodybuilding's like any other sport, except to get better in bodybuilding, you got to get bigger. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a size complex I have. I mean, I just want to succeed, and I'm training for the USA Championships this year. You know, I'm trying to make a career out of it, and that's to be a bodybuilder. You have to be big.
That's great.
It's so crazy to see him back then.
For those kids like who are out there in school and stuff and getting picked on for being a little nerdy, what do you say to them?
Just wait. Time will go by, and
and you can be on the Rolanda show and make good.
Rolanda show.
This is funny.
Rolanda, I want to be on that for sure.
There's a she nerd in town too. A girl who's
so that was about it for this one. I'm going to throw this one in. I wasn't going to go here initially.
I thought where they were going. I thought they were going to bring. I thought Bodybuilder C was going to be a chick. Right? And then he's going to be like, oh my God. You know what I mean? That whole thing. Yeah.
I feel when I enter a show, if I'm going to win my weight class as a heavyweight, no one's going to beat me in the overall.
This is 95.
I'm going to be in the best condition.
Junior USA.
I don't see
that was huge back
if I weigh in at 258 pounds, that the least someone could be is the most someone could be is 58 pounds less than me at 198 pounds, and I don't see how they can give up that much muscle and still beat me. Although it's been done before, I feel that heavyweight will be the most successful as a professional, as well as should win top honors in most national shows, I'd say.
And now they've got, check this out, they're going to have Shawn Ray doing a commentary here.
Dave Palumbo, 27 years old.
God, he'll be mean.
He's up 33 pounds, he says, Shawn, in 1 year.
Well, I'd like to know what the heck he's doing. He says he got into bodybuilding to look good at the beach. I think he took it a little bit too far. This guy is a monster, 258 pounds. For a contest of this size, he needs to be on a pro stage.
We asked him about his appearance in the movie Batman Forever.
Probably about 8 months ago, I got a little stint filming in the new Batman Forever movie. And I was in one of the hoodlums in Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Faced gang.
There was a bunch of bodybuilders
we get to go around beating up people. I guess perfect part.
I don't remember that very well. I have to look into that one.
He's not beating up nobody. This guy is a former medical student. He's got a lot of brains behind all of that brawn.
Really wants to earn his pro card tonight, Shawn. Really after it.
Well, he's on the right track, and he's got the mass in all the right places. Now what he needs to work on is his shape and his structure and symmetry. Maybe back up off of the heavy poundage and work on that structure. Taper down the waist, build up the calves. He'll be right on cue.
There you go, from Shawn Ray's mouth himself.
One of our top
That was a great review.
It really wasn't bad at all.
And happy with his performance tonight here in Washington.
I think they showed the whole thing here,
the
actually.
Men's heavyweight class.
Back
the results
in the day
are
when
in.
bodybuilding was on
David
TV.
Palumbo
Right?
is our
ESPN.
Junior Nationals on
presentation.
TV.
It's so
Doesn't
cool.
run around. Doesn't have to move around. He waits for people to come to him. You see the little guy going over to the big guy going over to the other guys. He's trying to be the center of attention right now. And what it's going to come down to, like I said, either you like the mass or you like the class.
Bill Wilmore wins
Our
this, right?
middleweight has jumped out in front. Tommy Horn.
Yes.
A great
Is it Bill
physique.
Wilmore?
What kind of shot does
Bill
he
Wilmore's a
have here?
heavyweight,
It
yeah.
just really,
Yep, then he
Louis
wins it,
Stallings
yeah.
and Dave Palumbo are so much a step above the rest that the other guys are just up there. They're like pace cars on the
That
racetrack.
is pretty funny
This is
seeing
coming down
next
to
to
the heavy
him.
and the light heavyweight.
Shawn, and it's a hot
Bill
night
Wilmore's
here
a
in
good
Washington,
bodybuilder.
D.C. These
Yeah, he
guys are
is.
exhausted
Yeah, long
right
time.
now.
Not
ago.
only exhausted, Joe, these guys are thirsty and they're hungry and they got all this anxiety and it's coming out right here.
All the Tommy.
Here's the announcement for our champion at the Junior Nationals.
This is when Junior Nationals was just great, you know?
Damn.
Junior National Bodybuilding Champion. He ain't too far from home. Willie Stone.
Yeah, Bill Wilmore. Oh, Willie Stalling.
Willie Stalling. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Bill
That
Wilmore
sounds
must
right.
have been the light heavy then. I saw his name on that. I quickly saw his name on that list. and
Right
I
now,
thought
the
this
weight
was
of the
his
world
year.
has been lifted off
Yeah.
his shoulders. He's in disbelief, standing
yeah,
up there
Willie
with the
Stalling was
president of the
there.
NPC, Jim Mannion. This is
All right, I've got one more for
That's
us
awesome.
too here. It's cool to see. I mean, some people they don't even understand like what junior shows are all about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not much of a thing anymore.
Yeah, a lot of people think it means junior like age, but it just means like first nationals, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
It
what?
used to be a stepping stone that was very normal. Levrone won it. You know, Phil Heath won it. You know, so it used to be a big thing. Evan Centopani won it. So now a lot of people just skip it and go right to the Nationals, USA as North Americans.
Yeah. Well, you can't get the pro card there. Every other, division you can.
Yeah, all the other divisions you can, just not bodybuilding.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can find this last one I had here. I'm not seeing it offhand. There's the Dave Palumbo one. There's a bunch of good Dave Palumbo stuff on this channel this guy had put together here.
I always loved when they pulled bodybuilders into those daytime trash shows and used them for like a prop.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's all you are.
It was always You know what I mean? Like they bring you out in posing trunks and like the off season, you look like garbage on TV, and they use you as like an example for bodybuilding. It's just so funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had a Nasser Fuchs clip, right? Right at the top there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Left or right?
Yeah.
Where are we at here? Oh,
right at the top.
There we go.
Top
there
row.
we go.
Oh,
thank you.
I
love
this
the
is about
title.
Olympia.
Oh, look at the jean shorts on Nasser.
Yeah. This
is that the music from the gym, or?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna have to turn it back down because we can't listen to that on here on YouTube.
So
I think.
I don't think that would get demonetized. I don't think anyone's ever heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The outfits alone are phenomenal.
You imagine going to the gym to train in those shorts?
No.
Oh man.
And that stringer tank.
I would only wear that to the movies.
Do they still make? Do they still make that degree of stringer?
I bet you can buy that exact same tank that Jean-Pierre that Nasser's wearing right now.
Oh yeah, the USA's. Every time I ever see the NBC wear, it's the same stuff. They have made some newer stuff recently. I think now that Tyler's in the mix, they're bringing in some more stuff. But yeah, it's because I don't think they sold too many of those after that year.
But they still have, I think last I saw, like a couple pictures of Jay Cutler wearing, you know what I mean? Like some of the old tracksuits that are still available. Last I saw,
listen,
at least.
If I looked like Nasser, I would wear that to the gym today.
Oh, every day.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Who
day.
cares? Look at that.
Did I tell you I did a podcast when JP Fuchs was on it with me?
No.
I think you mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, I did Dennis Wolf's podcast, and he brought JP on. So we were all on together.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I never got to meet JP. He was like one of the super freaks that I never met. So it was like we chatted, and he was awesome.
Yeah.
But I told him some stories of, like, you know, as a fan, what I thought of JP Fuchs, you know, like getting the videos and all that stuff. He was just laughing.
That's cool.
Yeah. What's he have to say?
Let's see here.
Yes, but I think you can't be dark enough for the stage because the lights are very bright.
He's talking about the tan.
I can listen to him all the time. I think he's so funny.
You can't be dark enough for the stage. The lights are so bright.
For example, in this case, it's good to have a training spot because he can hand me the weight and he can take the weight out of my hands. You know, to have a good training partner, it's always important to have the same goals. If he would have a different goal than I would have, then it would be kind of different. I would say it would be bad for me. But I like to place as high as possible in Olympia, so he does as well. So that's a good combination.
Two guys that like to place as high as possible at the Olympia.
Yeah.
6, 7, 2 more.
Well, now people think about that when they're getting ready for their first show, where they want to place at the Olympia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Skip would tell you that he was going to win the Olympia. He said back when he was a teenager. He just never figured it out. Never got there.
He's waiting for the right time to strike. He's going to get there soon.
Yeah.
Trying to get the tan right.
That's exactly what it is. He's been studying that for 2 decades.
Yeah.
Just because the lights are so bright.
Yeah. I'll tell him you said that.
Nasser would tell Skip that he's too dark for the stage.
Yeah. It's crazy to see how big JP Fuchs was. Like, I can really get a sense of it now seeing him next to Nasser here. You know what I mean? Because he was like absolutely just as freaky.
Oh, he's bigger, but just not as nasty.
Yeah. I just always think of Nasser as being like the super freak, you know, but seeing JP, I'm like, well,
one funny thing JP
right
said was one thing I said, JP said was funny was I said, you know, do you ever look at pictures like when you're at those massive body weights? And he goes, oh yes, so much manufactured mass.
That's a big dude right there.
Term, you know, manufactured mass.
So well said.
That's just absurd. I used to watch these in the stores when I worked all day long. This was when I just worked at the supplement store, and they would play these all the time. So like this exact video, I've probably seen a million times.
Look at those calves. Yeah.
Jesus. Just ridiculous. Manufactured mass.
Hey. Manufacturing with that lat spread is so wide.
Yeah.
So absurd.
Yeah, he was a humongous dude, man.
Phew. And just really wide structure too, you know.
Humongous legs.
Those shoulders, like the shoulder blades are just so wide. The clavicles.
That shot is just wild looking. The side chest.
How would that do? I mean, obviously, you know, everybody wants to control their midsection today, but just imagine if we could just like time hop him, just like pick him up from here and have dropped him in at Dubai, you know, over the weekend. What would have happened? How would people have reacted to that?
Just have him walk in and stand next to Nathan.
Yeah.
Who's awesome. That's the thing, you know,
right,
but just
right.
the size. And then you got Nasser, obviously.
I mean, this like what happens, though, Scott, is when you do that, it actually highlights how good the better aesthetic guys are.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
You know, because you're like, he's massive, but then you start looking longer and longer, and you're like, but Nathan is better.
Yeah,
like
he's that width.
Dude, Nasser, on the other hand, would have won that show.
Look at those calves. Look at that left calf has got like cleavage to it. You know what I'm saying? They both do. Yeah, I just want to. Yeah, we'll just pick Nasser up, time hop him into, you know, one of the current shows and just see what happens at his best. You know, like all peeked out and peeled and LASIK'd up.
98, 99, 97, 98, 99. You know, in 97 he had that second to Dorian, and then like 98.
There you go. Favorite classic pose. Sorry.
Yeah. Favorite classic pose. Favorite classic pose right there.
Favorite class of jorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is just nutty, man.
Yeah.
I feel like the other thing people forget that's kind of cool is bodybuilding wasn't mainstream like it is now. So him doing this in the gym had to have been the freakiest thing. Like him just walking around town would be so much different than him walking around town now in that same size.
Yeah.
Because
like nowadays
now.
he goes anywhere now and people are like, oh yeah, I just see they had that big freak in earlier. That guy was huge.
Yeah. He's got 300,000 followers, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I follow him on Instagram. No big deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
But back then it would be like, there's an alien in our restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's so few people that did it.
Coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
Who ordered 3 steaks? You know?
It's so true. It was like a totally different time. It had to have been wildly fun though.
Yeah.
Because people aren't like, the internet does allow you to see things, even if you're not used to seeing them in your town, you've seen them.
Yes.
You know, he goes popping in somewhere when he's out in town for a guest posing. Like, I don't know, the cops might show up.
Yeah.
I said this to somebody who I was having this discussion the other day. Someone was like, how like abnormal was bodybuilding back in the 90s? Like when you were like, you know, 250 juiced up and like you're hanging out with guys that were 250. And I'm like, you've seen guys in wingsuits, right? Flying those wingsuits.
In what suits?
Those wingsuits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right. You saw that on Instagram. You've seen guys flying wingsuits.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just imagine if you didn't know they existed and you suddenly saw 3 of them zoom past your window.
Yeah.
Like that, huh?
Like, you'd be like, the fuck? Honey, look, you guys just flew past the window.
Yeah.
And you'd be like,
flew
what the hell?
past our window.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Right? You live on like the 30th floor and these 3 guys in wingsuits just zoom past your window. You didn't know they existed, never heard of it before.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it was like when people saw bodybuilders for the first time back then. You'd be just like, what the hell? Like, so, but now like Instagram, everyone's seen wingsuits. You've seen the GoPro footage from the wingsuit. You almost feel like you flew a wingsuit.
Pretty much done it myself.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
they
it
go
says
real fast. Yeah.
It says a lot because in order to want to do something that's going to have that kind of impact on the public, you have to be thinking outside of the box. You have to be like not part of wanting to be part of normal society to look like that. Back then,
you want the opposite.
Right. For the opposite from now. Yeah.
I remember like wanting to hear the words disgusting. Like if I walked by.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's a compliment back
I remember
then.
People saying to me, girls don't like that. And then I would just respond, well, everyone's going to find their person. Like someone will.
Good that I'm doing it right.
Yeah, like, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It would have saved me a ton of money if that was true.
Yeah. Yeah. So you mean I'm going to be rich? Yeah. Good times. Okay.
Great.
I enjoy the internet with you guys.
Good time. That's the line.
Fun.
That's it. We're done.
It's good.
It's fun. Okay. Well, that was a fun reaction. I like doing a few videos, you know.
Me too.
Yeah.
That was I enjoyed that memory stroll with the daytime trash. That was like, you know, because I haven't had cable for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
So I haven't just, you know, the joys of just there's nothing on. Oh, but there's some trash on. What are they talking about?
Yeah, Jerry Springer, Price is Right.
Yeah. Like you stop and you're like, oh, what the hell's this? Oh, they're meeting their high school bullies. Okay, let's see how this turns out.
Yeah.
Right? That sort of thing. So yeah, it was good times. That was an important cultural time period for
it. Really
everyone.
was. It was an important cultural time period for me to skip school, go over to Lisa Bell's house, smoke weed, and watch TV at about you know, between 11 and 3. You know,
I love that you first and last named her too.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa knows all about it. She's right. She's right there with me.
There was no. That was the scrolling. We didn't waste time scrolling. We wasted time staring. Right.
Yeah.
Just staring at the box for like 4 hours in the afternoon when we were supposed to be in class. Now they're just in class staring at their phone, not paying any attention, right? So it's really the same thing. Yeah.
I could actually tell at my house because I see the battery of the phone come home low. I'm like, that's weird.
You've been busy all
How would
day.
that drain that low?
Yeah. Okay. Dusty's checking batteries on people when they get home. What a whip cracker he is.
Yeah.
That's a
just make sure they're not wasting too much time listening.
Okay. Remember, like, share, subscribe, comment, and
ring the bell.
Yes. And remember, IamMute.com. Use the codes Dusty20, Big Ron 20. Thank you guys. And remember, it's just bodybuilding reacts.
All right. Cool.
Perfect.
Got it, guys.
All right, guys.
Thank you. Have
Thank
a
you.
good one.
See ya.
Bye.